Welcome to I Love My HBCU ? The podcast where we express our undeniable love for HBCUs, but where we are also not afraid to address a few tough questions. So, sit back, learn a little, love a lot, and rep your HBCU.
So it's Tosin. We know who I am. But let me say the last, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes of welcoming this amazing, in my head, she's Quinetta, even though her name is Quinetta. It's having guests like you that make me know one day this has got to be in person and not just virtual, because your energy and your light is amazing. Quinetta, thank you for being my guest today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. I'm just honored to be here. I love my HBCU. Woo-hoo.
Yes. And the HBCU that you're representing is?
Behold the green and gold, Norfolk State University, Spartan Legion, stand up. Yeah.
So can I say this?
Yes.
And I don't know why her name is escaping me. Chris is going to shoot her name at me very soon. But you are the second Norfolk State alum that we have had.
Okay.
But both of you exude Black Queen. Both of you exude confidence, but confidence with humility, confidence that knows I'm not supposed to be stepping on other people. I'm supposed to be embracing other people along the way.
Yeah.
Dr. Corey Grayson.
Yes.
Do you know Corey Grayson?
The name sounds familiar.
She's
sounds
amazing.
familiar. Okay.
She's amazing.
Yes.
So
What's up, alumni?
What's up? There we go.
Yes.
I share all of that to say you are in amazing company. So there must be something that Norfolk State University is doing, especially with our Black women.
Yes.
Quinetta, I don't want to throw out the buzzwords at you. So I'm not even going to say it. But you in one part of your life you are a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about all parts of your life, but in one part of your life, you're a dancer.
Yes.
I want to know, somebody who I barely have rhythm, I want to know what it is like being you for all the different talent that you've had to work with.
It's amazing. There's so much gratitude in it. There's so much honor in it. And there's so much pleasure. I really enjoy dancing. From what my mom told me, I've been dancing since 2 or 3. I would dance to commercial songs, to jingles, to movie, whatever. I was moving. My dad told me that I told him when I grew up I was going to be a fly girl on In Living Color. You know what I mean? So it just was kind of always in my blood. My dad was a dancer. And so it's just been an honor to do something that I love and make it a career and have a life from it and be able to thrive and that be my my main source of income without any other second jobs later on. Early on, of course, I had a little side hustle, but it's just been an honor to be me in that space. I'm super grateful. A lot of the things that I've done, I had no idea I was going to do. It wasn't on my list. And so that's where the gratitude just pours out.
And so anyone who is only listening, yes, you're getting some gems, but if you're watching, each time she says gratitude, there's a smile on her face. And it's one of those authentic, light up my entire world smiles. So I believe you, is what I'm saying. I believe that regardless of how many hours you've had to practice, regardless of how difficult other people around you might be, in totality, you are grateful
Absolutely.
for your space and you beholding in that space.
Come on, yeah.
You are a dancer.
Yes.
And for a lot of our students out there who are, and there's one student coming to mind very particularly. I'm not gonna put her name out there, but for a lot of our students out there, Quinetta was a nursing major. Quinetta, let's talk talk about that, right? Um,
Yes,
let's talk about the fact that you did not go to school to dance, but you still went and got a degree,
I
even though
did.
you would not have needed a degree to dance. Talk
Yes.
about it.
Okay, so boom. I enjoy serving, right? And when I found out about Norfolk State, I found out they had one of the best nursing programs at the time. I feel like that's still true to this day. And so I was like, okay, I'm going here. What's the GPA? Boom, my GPA is like a 3.9. I'm in here getting scholarships, whatever. And so while I was in school, I found out, I can't even remember how I found this information out, but I found out that you could dance professionally as a career. Up until that point, I just looked at it as a hobby, something you do on the side,
Mm-hmm.
which I was satisfied with. And then I wish I could remember how I even came to this information, but I found that out and I was like, okay, so bet we're going to get this degree in nursing and then we're going to go ahead and follow that dream and dance. There's always a need for nurses, right? So my train of thought was, let me get the degree, let me get the foundation, and then let me go follow my dream of dance, knowing that I always got something to fall back on. So when people ask me, how did I do both? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I know that I brought my nursing books with me everywhere I went. If you ask any of my friends, I always had these big old nursing books in my hand. When I'm at dance practice, if y'all don't need me in this section, I'm over here studying. You know what I mean? If I'm at the caf eating lunch, I'm over here studying. I just did it. I was even outside partying, doing all the things, fashion shows and all the things, but somehow and by God's grace, I graduated with honors with my nursing degree, and I was still heavily involved in all of the dancing activities and the fashion shows and things of that nature. And as I'm talking, I just feel like if it's something that you want, you figure out how to get it. You figure out how to do it. You figure out how to make it make sense. Maybe I wasn't getting sleep. Maybe I didn't need sleep. You know, my clinicals, I had to be at the hospital 6 o'clock in the morning. That's cool. When I get done at 2, I'm right. I'm eating and we going to dance practice. This is what I want to do. So I'm going to make those sacrifices. So as I'm talking, I'm thinking it's really just, if you want it, you got to go get it. You'll figure it out. So yeah, nursing degree and then dance.
So, Quinetta, it sounds easy when you say it.
It wasn't easy at all. It was not at
I'm
all. I do
glad.
not want it to sound like that.
But it sounds easy. And again, anyone who knows me knows that I Love My HBCU question mark is a love letter to the current HBCU students from
Mm-hmm.
amazing alumni like
Mm-hmm.
Quinetta. And I want those who are listening to hear what you just said, right?
Yes.
And that is, it sounds easy. Literally listening to you, it sounds easy. It sounds effortless. It sounds, if you want to do it, go do it. But you also honestly said it wasn't that easy.
Mm-hmm.
I want you, because something tells me you are just a go-getter. Something tells me you are just that person that even if the obstacle is there, you choose not to see it. You choose to move through or past it. But I'm still a college professor and administrator at an HBCU, by the way. And so I get to see a lot of students who, even if I sat Quinetta right in front of them, they would still have, because I hear it all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Tosin, I can't,
Mm-hmm.
but this, but that. What would you say to that student, to the student who my brain or their brain tells them, if you want it, go after it,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't seem to be able to do just that?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to them?
I think that's where the simplicity comes in. How much do you want it? That's the simple part. Answer that simple question. How much do you want it? Do you want it and how much do you want it? Those two things will point you in the direction of where you're going to go. If you kind of on the fence about it, you know you want it, but you're on the fence about making that step, you're going to go down that path. If you know you want it and you know you're going to get it, you're going to start taking those baby steps. And it's baby steps. It's not saying like you're going to bust out the gate. Little steps every second, every minute, every hour of that day, that week, that month, until you look up and you're seeing that progress is being made in those things that you want to do. But the simplicity part of it, yeah, is asking yourself, do you want it? And then how much do you want it? Which to this day, when I'm having new ideas, new business ideas, new ventures, I'm asking myself that, girl, do you want it? Okay, how much do you want it? You know, are you ready now? You ready to bust a move now? Or are you still thinking about it? Because it's cool if you're thinking about it. But when you're ready to bust that move, bust a move.
So, Coach Quinetta, I will be having my one-on-one with you right after
Oh,
we,
yes.
we hit we stop this recording, because number one, I agree with you, but number two, you know what, I'm going to ask it on the recording, but not right now.
Mhm.
I want you to give us some hows, and listen, if nobody has told you, you could be Coach Quinetta.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because I'm not the first person, am I? I'm not the
No.
first person. There you go. So listen, there's something to it. And it's in your delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Quinetta, it's in your delivery. Quinetta, you're
Whoa.
believable. You're
Ooh.
believable. We hear things from so many people. The words are right, but
Yeah.
they're not believable.
Mm.
You are believable,
Mm.
which makes me want to just soak up and soak up and soak up from you. I mean it.
You try to have me cry on this podcast,
I'm
girl.
not. I'm
You
not, but I'm
are.
okay with it though. I'm okay with it. I'm totally
Ooh.
okay with it. I'm a crier. So, oh, she is crying.
Push them back, push them back.
My father says that tears are communication from the soul.
Mm.
So please remember that anytime you feel like crying, don't push them back, because you're telling your soul to be quiet.
Mm.
And we don't want our soul to be quiet. We want our soul to sing. All right. So I'm going to shift gears, Quinetta.
Oh, get me together. Woo.
Like,
You are getting me together.
I'm going to shift gears and throw our rapid fire segment at you.
Okay.
A lot of us love the rapid fire, so I'm curious to hear what your answers are going to
Okay.
be. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm
Let's do
nervous.
this. Don't be nervous. Don't be
Okay.
nervous. Quinetta,
Yeah.
describe your HBCU experience in one word.
Ooh. Lit.
Lit. I believe her. I absolutely believe her. Quinetta, if your
Yes.
time in college was a song, what song would it be?
The first song that comes to my mind is Yin Yang Twins, To the Windows, To the Walls. I know.
Gosh.
That was the first song that came to my head.
Oh gosh.
Woo.
And I know
We had a
that
time.
song. No,
We had a
this is
time.
beautiful.
We had
This
a
is beautiful.
time.
Okay.
Yes.
I know the answer now. On a scale of 1 through 10, how good of a student were you?
10.
10.
Yeah.
That 3.9 that you threw at us earlier
Yeah.
on, you're a 10. Absolutely. Oh, shout out your favorite professor or person at your university at Norfolk State.
Ooh.
What did they do? What did they teach?
My favorite person. I'm gonna shout out my favorite person.
Okay.
She's actually the person who created a dance team that I felt like I could be a part of and I auditioned to be a part of. Her name is Jennifer, which is one of my dogs. She started a dance team for the basketball team. So we would dance halftime or like during the breaks or whatever like that. I feel like without that, I'm not sure if I would have continued dancing while in college.
Got it.
I'm not sure.
Got it.
And I say that with a grain because I also had friends who went to Hampton. I was always at Hampton as well. I was dancing over there too.
Okay.
But as far as being involved at my school, I felt like that was very important, an important moment in my life
Well,
for her
I
to start
appreciate
that.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
I totally appreciate Jennifer. I'm going to ask it. Of all the celebrities that you have danced for or with,
Okay.
who's been your favorite?
I have to say this. Each artist I've danced with has been my favorite for different reasons. And I truly do mean that. I've learned something. I grew. I had a time. I met somebody new who's a part of my life to this day. So every artist that I've worked with, literally a part of that moment was a fave. But if I had to have a top of the top of the top, I'll have to say it was Beyoncé.
Okay. Why? What? Just one reason why? One reason why at that moment it was her.
She was a Black woman who cared about her entire team,
Wow.
her entire
Wow.
behind the scene, you know?
Wow. Wow. That's
Yes.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all those honest answers. I sincerely appreciate it. I
Yes.
really do. You are from North Philadelphia
Yep.
and you ended up at Norfolk State University and you bypassed more than a few HBCUs on
I
your way.
did. I did. I did.
Tell me your college selection journey. How did you end up at Norfolk State? I would have
All
loved to
right.
see you at Howard University, by the way,
So,
but you ended
boom.
up at
Listen,
Norfolk
I
State.
applied to Howard, right? I applied to Howard. I applied to all the HBCUs, and I got a full ride from North Carolina Central University. So I'm like, okay, full ride. Boom, we're going there.
Absolutely.
Um, Grew up in a bit of poverty, so we like won't have to pay anything, full ride. That's excellent.
Absolutely.
I went on a college tour with my friend. I had already knew I was going to North Carolina Central University. My friend was like, "You want to go to this college tour with me? I'm trying to figure out where I want to go." I'm like, "Cool." So we went from Philly all the way down to VA, and we stopped at the Morgans and the Howards and the
Mm.
Clarks. And then we got to Norfolk State, and I said, this reminds me of my block, my neighborhood. It's giving very much. I feel good here. This feels like home. And so I began to ask the our person who was in charge. I was like, "Hey, what's the GPA to get in here?" And they're like, "Oh, it's like a 2 point whatever." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Do you know what's the qualifications to get scholarships?" And they ran it down. I was like, "Okay, boom. Well, I got that, 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 that." And they was like, "Okay, so you should apply." And that's how I found out about their nursing program. And as we were touring, I'm like, okay, this is feeling like home. So I applied. I got accepted. I got a scholarship, and I'm so thankful to my friend. Her name is Asanta. We call her Pookie. Shout out to Pookie. But I'm so thankful for her for asking me to come along because
Yeah.
I didn't know about Norfolk State until the
Yeah.
college tour, and just being on the campus, it was home. And it
That's
gave that all 4 years. And every time I go back, like, I love my HBCU.
I love
Ah,
it.
I love
I
it.
love it. Okay, so I don't know who these college tour people are. Like they're like these little angels out there in the world. But every time I hear someone say I went on a college tour, I know the next thing I'm going to hear is that once they step foot on the campus that they picked, they fell in love.
Yes.
So kudos to them. Thank you. Thank you. Keep doing it. We need more of our Black students knowing about all of the HBCUs, and you're the ones that typically make sure that they find out about it. So I sincerely appreciate it. Okay. What was your best moment at Norfolk State University?
Woo. Okay. It's too many. It's too many, but I'll say the first one that popped to my mind.
Okay.
It was the first time that I went to a party called the Sweatbox.
Okay. Tell us, because we didn't have that.
Freshmen, they like, yeah, it's Sweatbox. It happens every Thursday. It's just a party. In our old gym, we have an old gym and a new gym. This was in our old gym, Gil's gym. So I'm like, okay, boom. I walk in that thing. The lights is low, the DJ is DJing, and everybody is dancing. I said, this is my kind of party.
Yeah.
The reason why they call it the Sweatbox is because by the time you leave, you are soaked. That's how hard we be in there dancing and having a good time. I was soaked. I remember what I had on. I had on some jean shorts, and I had on like one of those like ribbed white beaters, but they for the girls, so they had a little writing on it. Some high socks and some sneakers. Looking crazy. That outfit sounds crazy. When I left out of there, I was soaked. Like literally, my body was wet, like from sweat, just having a good time. I was like, oh nah. I'm so glad I picked this school. I love to have a good time. I love to work hard, and I love to have a good time. And that right there was like top notch for me. And it was that each and every time. Like, ooh.
So I want to steal this idea because I do believe with all of my heart that a lot of the HBCUs that I'm aware of are losing elements of their school spirit.
Mm.
And I'm an administrator, and I'm going to say this for all the other administrators listening to me.
Mm.
It is things like that
Mm.
that actually give you school spirit.
Yeah.
It's things like that that make you fall in love with your university and makes you want to go and see who else is going to be dancing hard next Thursday,
Yeah.
right? And I'm hoping more and more of us incorporate something similar into our institutions, because it's the first time that I'm hearing it. Here's my B. Do you think that would work? First of all, does Norfolk State still have that today?
You know what? I'm not sure if we have that today, but what I do want to add, which makes Norfolk State University so special, is that from what I remember, we're very big on student activities. We always had a fashion show, a party, whether that was through fraternities, sororities, the student center commit. Like, we always had something going on. So to your point, it really did make a difference, and that's why if you ask anybody who went to Norfolk State, graduated, it's giving top tier, because we had a good time together as a university, together as friends, meeting new people.
Okay, so Quinetta put her age out there. She's 39, guys. She looks like she's 20. Like, literally. Look at that face. So she put her age out there. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is, Quinetta, I don't know if you've been on a college campus recently. They're a little different. Sorry, guys, but you are. And if this is still happening, if the sweatbox is still happening at Norfolk State University, kudos you, Norfolk State University. When I'm on my campus, Morgan State University is where I teach. When I'm on my campus, everybody's too cool. Everybody's too cool. And I can't even imagine something like a sweatbox happening on our campus. And listen, anyone at Morgan who's hearing this and they're like, Dr. Tosin, what do you mean? Challenge me, please. Challenge me and make it happen. Because everybody seems as if, oh, I'm too cool for this and I'm too cool for that. But what you just described is how you make some of your best friends. What you just described is how you forgive the bursar's office and financial aid when they get your stuff like ridiculously messed up, and you go and just sweat it out with your cohort. So I need you, Quinetta, to find out whether Norfolk is still doing this. And
I
if they're
got
not,
you.
they need to.
I'm gonna
Thank
do
you.
some investigation. I
They
got you.
need to bring it back. They need to bring it back. They
I'm
really
hoping
need
they do something to that liking. We'll see. I'm gonna do
I
that.
hope so too. I hope so too. Okay, so Quinetta, I know I asked you earlier on who your favorite artist to dance for is, and you gave the most honorable answer by saying
It's true.
everyone
It's
that you
true.
danced for because of what you learned from them. But you also gave us a final answer of it being Beyoncé because of how much she cares about, especially her team behind the scenes. I ask you that question not to ask you about Beyoncé, but to ask you about the experiences you might have had at Norfolk State University that you were not so in love with. And the reason why I went to Beyoncé, not Beyoncé herself, but people caring about their team. I called this podcast I Love My HBCU ? Right? And part of the reason is born out of a lot of the criticism that HBCUs get for how they treat their students. And I mentioned financial aid. I mentioned the bursar's office. I mentioned the lack of structure sometimes. And my students sometimes translate that to a lack of care. And I want you to speak on what caring about the whole means to you, being somebody who has received that care in from people that maybe they could have been caring about other things along the way. That's where that question is coming from.
Mm-hmm. So for me, and this is just for me, I know everybody's perspective is different. Yes, sometimes it felt like financial aid didn't care and it was unorganized at times. It was one point where our nursing program was ran out of an old hospital. Sorry, Norfolk State. It was ran out of an old hospital that we probably shouldn't have been in. But I had my friends, and we were all experiencing these different things in our own right, but together. And so that is what kept me going when I was feeling frustrated with the
Yes.
unorganization, or when I was
Yes.
feeling frustrated with financial aid. We were all just, we could express to each other what we were going through because we knew we knew what the other person was going through because we're there, we're on campus. And so you know what I'm talking about when I'm expressing these things, and you can kind of understand, even if you're not in a nursing program, you can kind of get a gist of like what's going on. You could just feel me, like the empathy, like, and so that's what kept me going, and that's why I love my HBCU, you know. And I did, just as much as I'm saying like I can get frustrated with financial aid, there were people in there who did help me. Just as much as I could say it was unorganized, there still was organization. Sorry, that's my baby girl.
And we love her noise. We love it. We love it.
So
She's watching Moana, by the way, so we love
yes,
it.
we love Moana. So I feel like there's both, you know. It wasn't, for me, just from my experience, I didn't feel like it was an extreme of
Nice.
either.
Nice.
I felt like it was a balance, and I'm probably thinking that because I had my friends at the core.
Absolutely.
And so I was able
Absolutely.
to be balanced when those things happen. So
So, a message that I get from your response, which I think is extremely important, I teach a course that I developed called Discovering Your Student Identity.
mm,
And the very, very first lesson is how to make how to make friends as adults.
mm,
And as much as people roll their eyes, they literally roll their eyes when they hear, really? You can almost weather anything. That's what I'm getting from your response. You can almost weather anything if you have the right supportive group of people around you. And if you allow it to occur, you will find that at your
mm,
HBCU.
mm,
And so, to every HBCU student who is staying stuck in their rooms, to every HBCU student who is entirely too cool for school, get out of your room.
come outside.
Quinetta is saying, come outside and get to know these new
Yes.
people, because you will probably find your closest. I don't even like to use the word best. I don't like that word because I
Hmm.
don't think it's a real thing.
Hmm.
But your closest friends, the people who will always be your backbone
It's
and your
true.
support system,
It's
you
true.
will more than likely find them there. So that's what I'm hearing from your response
Yeah.
is, sure, all those things that everybody else complains about, we probably had them too, but because of who you were going through it with, you didn't focus on that.
No,
And I
not at all.
appreciate you for that.
And I have
I
to
want,
add really
go
quick, if
ahead,
I can
please,
add,
please do. Please do.
I started out like I had to change my perspective. So I'm coming from Philly, where it's like, don't look at me, I'm not gonna look at you, it won't be no problems. But now I'm traveling down to the South where it's a little more friendly. So initially I had people speaking to me, and I'm looking at them like, I know you. Why are you speaking to me? Literally, I've said that to people like first couple weeks at Norfolk State. And I'm sorry to those people if y'all remember that. I'm sorry. I was green. But I had to change my perspective. Like, yo, these people are just genuinely being nice to you. They're just saying hi. That's it. What's the attitude and the neck and all that for? You know what I mean? So once I shifted that perspective, it was just like, oh my God. Well, hey, where are you from? Okay, what's your major? And now I'm getting to know these people, you know, so it takes time, but if you, like you said, if you allow the process to process, you're gonna find your closest friends.
I
My
appreciate that.
friends from college, my dogs, okay? My dog, and we don't have to talk every day, none of that. But when we link up,
Yeah.
it's like we never missed a beat, and I love that. Love that.
I love that. I love to hear that. B, thank you for giving the changed perspective.
Yeah.
Because it is easy to think sometimes that it's always been that way. And
No, ma'am.
clearly that's
No,
not
ma'am.
always the case from everyone. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I wrote down when I called you Coach Quinetta. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
I wrote down I wrote down simplicity and how much do you want it?
Okay.
And I want you for, and some of them may be the Tosins of the world, some of them may be the Chris's of the world. Chris is our producer for the podcast, for those of you who are not seeing her right now. Some of us may be those people who we figured out the simplicity part.
Mhm.
I want you to step into the Coach Quinetta shoes, okay, for 2 seconds. I do. This is a freebie for us.
Okay.
Thank you. Because it's gonna cost a lot very soon, guys. So remember, you got a freebie from her here, because she's gonna be costing a lot soon, and deservedly so.
Receive that.
What do you say to people figuring out how to measure how much do you want it? Do you get the question?
I think I do.
Because
Like, how do I know?
On,
How do I know
yes,
if I want it that much?
there we go. Because and here's why I'm throwing that question at you. You said that even now, as you're looking into your different businesses, you ask yourself, first of all, the simplicity behind it. Do I want it? And then the second question you ask yourself is, how much do I want it? And the reason why I want you to enlighten us, if you don't mind, on how one measures the how much do they want it. And I know anyone else who's got this figured out might be listening to me like, Tosin, it's easy. It's not that easy for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not that easy for everybody. And please bear this in mind, right? That some people get to that crossroad of, I want it badly enough, but life steps in the way. And life could be in the form of bills. Life could be in the form of changed situations. And then it begins to make them make decisions that are a little bit different. And then they wonder, did I want it bad? They start second guessing whether or not they wanted it badly enough. So that's why I want you to help us. How does one measure the how much do I want it? And I'm taking notes. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'll just speak for me, which I literally to this day still do. How I measure it is gauging it off of how much I think about it. If I'm thinking about it all day, every day, nonstop, I'm waking up with new ideas to add to it. It's evolving and turning into something in my mind. I initially write it down. Once I write it down, and now I'm looking at the paper that I wrote it down on, and the notes that I typed it in on my phone, and I'm reading it, and I'm just harboring on it, and that to me is like, okay, girl, you have got to take a step. And life always gonna be life, in which I am continually every day learning. I'm a mommy, I'm a wife, I'm me, and so there's always something that's going to be pulling for your attention. And you have to find a way, whatever that looks like, to get it in. Whether it could be 1 hour once a month. That's okay. It's not about the speed. It's the quality and putting work into getting it produced. And so that's just how I measure it. If I find myself thinking about it for more than like 2 or 3 days, I'm like, okay, let's just dive into it. And sometimes I'll dive into it and start getting into it. And I'm like, then it'll maybe feelings will change and be like, okay, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just like it was an excitement and we move on. But then there are times where it's like the 2 or 3 days went by, I write it down. I'm thinking of ways to add on to it to make it even something bigger. And it's like for me, my heart start racing and I get nervous. That's how I know. I'm like, ooh, this might be some purpose work. oh Lord, you know what I mean? So, and then I also pray about it. I believe in God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and so I pray about it as well. And so that's how I gauge it. Like if it's just a nonstop thought in my head, I kind of got to see it through. And if I'm continuing to see it through, it's like, okay, and it's growing. I'm like, ooh, okay. Um, yeah. And then it's sometimes like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example, right? I used to live in Los Angeles. And I got my license in cosmetology. And the thought behind it was, okay, I'm going to just be behind the camera. I'm going to be on the other side. I still want to work in the industry. I'm going to just be doing here on the other side. Boom. God had other plans. Me and my husband moved to Atlanta. So we got up within 1 month with our 2 girls and we moved to Atlanta. We did not have any plans. Nobody had a job lined up. We had an apartment. And literally it's been a year and 1 month. And where he has brought us and the ideas that he has dropped in our spirit and the things that have come to fruition are is it boggling or bottling? Whichever
I'm
one it
gonna say
is.
blowing. I'm
It's
just
a
gonna say mind blowing.
mind blowing because here I am with this whole plan and then life, right? And we follow, we like, damn, okay. Like all my connections, or so I thought, were in Los Angeles. I'm like, all my connections in Los Angeles. I moved to Atlanta. I'm not gonna know anybody. I know mad people in Atlanta, you know what I mean? And even those people that I know in Los Angeles, they like, oh, if I'm ever out there, or I'm gonna connect you with this person, whatever. But I say all that to say to your point, like life is going life. Literally this year has taught me that life is going to life. And sometimes stuff do get put on hold. For a season, and like I feel like I'm just now coming out of that season. For a season, it was 100% stay at home mommy. It wasn't no hair. It wasn't no dance. It was stay at home mommy to your girls, pour into them. And once I surrendered to that, is when like the weight lifted, the world, like it just, I can't even put it into words. But again, rolling back to the question, life is gonna life. And sometimes things are gonna be put on hold. But again, if it's still burning on your heart, on your spirit, and your mind, and you thinking about it, and it's growing, and you're writing it down, and you can literally see it, just take a step into it, tap into it, see what that's about. It's something there. If it's like everybody know what that feel like, that burning. Like, just tap into it and see what it feel like. It may be something that roll you into something else. Like the hair, what I thought rolled me into something completely different. Same vibes, but just different, which I'm like super excited about. Just put your foot in the water. Let the life happen. If you got to take a break, cool. But if it's still there and it's still on your mind, don't cross it out. Don't, oh, well, I guess that wasn't, I could have easily been like, oh, well, I mean, I guess, well, I got my cosmetology license for nothing. Oh, well, I got my nursing degree for nothing. No, it's all for a reason. Your journey is your journey. It's all going to make sense, or it might not make sense. You know what I mean? But one of my favorite slogans is trust the process. And that's what you have to do. And that takes me down because I'll get in that, like, this don't make sense. And it'll be like, remember your favorite little line, trust the process. And it's like, so it's wild. It's wild out here. It's wild, life going life. But those are the things for me that keep me going, that keep me grounded. My faith in God, like all of those things keep me like, all right, let's get it. What we got next? What's up? Like, so I don't even know. I feel like I'm chatting. Don't know if I answered the question.
You did. A, you did. B, I'm always writing things down when people are talking because my desire also is to continue to learn from people. And the 3 things that I wrote is, the last thing I wrote was trust the process, because that is really important. But the first thing I wrote down was don't count yourself out. And I love when you were talking about, so you could have said to yourself, I just got this cosmetology license for nothing, and I just got this nursing degree for nothing, which led me to every part of your journey is there for a reason, even
Yes.
if you don't find out what the reason is.
Yes.
That's what I wrote down.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Quinetta,
I love that.
Quinetta, Coach Quinetta is coming, guys.
Oh, I love
I
that.
keep putting it out there. You are easy to listen to. You are easy to talk to. We are proud of you being a product of HBCUs, and I sincerely appreciate that. I know there's so many things I could have talked about and brought up, and it is my failure if there's something that was burning that you're like, Tosin, why didn't you ask me about that? I apologize. But please share with the audience rather, if there's something that you desperately want us to know about you that Tosin did not bring up during this recording, and let's hear what it is. Because I was
Okay,
going to bring up textured artistry, but then I heard something else in there.
that was one of my things.
Okay.
Two things. That was one of my things. The first thing I just want to say is this. Whoever's listening, watching, me, Tosin, we're just like you. We all started from somewhere. I did not pop out the scene and was like, book, this. We had to start somewhere. The journeyed. Okay? But keep going. Keep going. You can do it. Surround yourself with like-minded people. I promise you it's going to all come together. Just keep going and know we're just like you. I'm just like you. Literally. No different. I promise. That was on my heart. Okay. Second thing. My program.
I love it.
To the point where I was saying, like, all the things kind of make sense. Earlier this year, God deposited a super dope idea that I feel like is a part of some purpose work for me. It's called texture artistry. I combined the artistry of hair and dance into one. So we're talking about how hair is important in identifying who you are as a person first, then as an entertainer, whether that's a dancer, an actor, whatever it is you do. And then on the dance portion of it, it's just, again, tapping on the inside to bring it out the outside, that performer. We all can dance. What makes you special, what makes you stand out, but not be an eyesore when you're in a group. So I combine those two things to just help you be your best self. It was something that I went through that I loved. It was a process that I went through that I didn't realize was a process. But it was dope for me to like find my look and find who I was on the inside and carry that. And that's what allowed me to be in those spaces that I was in and book those jobs that I probably didn't have the talent to be booked in per se, but because I knew who I was, because my hair was hairing and I just felt really confident from the inside out, I was able to just stand proud and be like, I'm a great learner. I can't point that toe, but if you give me some time, I got you. So yeah, texture artistry is my program, my baby. Be on the lookout. Coming to a city near you.
Nice. And so is Coach. I'm going to keep calling you Coach Quinetta.
I cannot
So
believe
is Coach Quinetta.
you're taking me out.
Coach Quinetta has there's a message you have for the world, and I look forward to being part of the audience that hears what that message is. And I don't even know what it's going to be, but I know a lot of people are going to benefit from it. So we're looking forward to it. We really, really are. I'm not trying to make you cry again.
You are.
But we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. Quinetta, leave our audience with a parting word or phrase on why you love HBCUs.
Community.
If you did not say community, because everything you've described is community, and I appreciate you for being part of mine, even if not forever. For today, for this moment, I appreciate you for being part of mine. Quinetta, it has been an absolute joy talking to you. It really, really has. It is impossible for anyone watching or listening to this particular episode, not to go ahead and like this episode because
Yes.
of Quinetta. That's my dog.
Oh.
Not to like this episode because of
Period.
Quinetta, proud alumna of Norfolk State University. I hope that I have done my job of making you subscribe to I Love My HBCU question mark. How could you not?
Subscribe.
Thank you so much. Yours in HBCU love. See you next episode. Quinetta, you are a joy. Coach Quinetta, you are a joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. I love my HBCU.
You've been listening to I Love My HBCU question mark. Let's keep the conversation going as we share our stories and encourage more practical support of HBCUs, whilst of course holding each other accountable. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for the latest episodes. Until next time, love and lift your HBCU.